Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. Thanks for joining. Another stream here on Bambino Tech. Saturday morning VR flight simulation stream. Channel dedicated to PC Tech, VR flight simulation, crypto mining, other cool stuff. Appreciate you guys taking the time to join today. So we're going to be flying in X-Plane 11 using the HP Reverb G2. And we're going to be flying in OnAir Airline Manager, which is a, think of it as a career mode for X-Plane 11 or even Microsoft Flight Simulator. Haven't flown in OnAir in a while and thought it would be a good time to do that. We're going to be flying the Challenger today. Diesel, how you doing? What's up with you? Challenger today in the VR Aviation livery. This is a livery I created a long time ago. Pretty cool livery. But we're all actually, the plane's all started, ready to go. We're gonna go warm and run here. And yeah, so we're gonna get on with the flight plan and show you what we got in store here. So let me get inside the cockpit here. Turn that at the pause button there, so we love this plane, especially in VR. It really is an excellent performer in VR with the G2. Even with the 1080 Ti, it just, you know, it really screams with frame rate and frame time, which is the most important thing. So yeah, I love flying this plane, and it's a great plane in OnAir too, because you can put about 10,000 pounds of cargo in it. Regional little jet, make a little bit of money for the group. Haven't flown for OnAir in a while. Been busy with some personal stuff, etc., etc. So today we're going to be doing that. And actually, Diesel, who's in the chat, is a big part of the VR Aviation virtual airline as well. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out on Discord. There's ways you can join up for that if you're interested in that. So anyway, let's sort of get to it here. Let me bring up the flight plan for today. Oops, that's the wrong window. So we'll go to here. So we're going to be going from Meadows, Bakerfield to Palm Springs. And we have got a route already created. A few waypoints just to avoid some higher elevations. Snake our way through this little. We want to avoid this right here. So we're going to fly at 12,000 feet. Don't need to be super high. Here, I know obviously we'll burn less fuel, but if we're higher, but it's a pretty quick trip at 280 miles or 80 knots, I should say, and so we'll get there pretty fast. We snake our way through this canyon here, and then make a right-hand turn into Palm Springs. So that we'll at least do one flight today, maybe two, depending on how much time. So yeah, we'll just give an idea. Let's see if we're going at 300. Sar, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So we're looking at 36 minutes. So that'll be a quick flight once we get things going. So, all right, let's close that out. And since we're in X-Plane 11, I'll be able to bring chat into the window, into the cockpit, I should say. But let's take a look at OnAir here. All right. It's probably better if I just do the desktop. All right, so we've got two windows open here. This is my pilot window, and this is the virtual aviation window. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to hire an employee. So let me go to employees, because I need someone to help me fly that the Challenger. I guess I can use, is Melissa a pilot? Yeah, so I guess I could use Melissa, right? Or, hey, Mouse in your house, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Diesel, is it okay if I use Melissa to fly with me rather than hire somebody? I know you use her a lot for, we can always transport her around, right? Cracker, how you doing? Because she's already at Bakersfield, and I can just use her as my co-pilot. If that's okay with you. Yeah. Well, you could always transport her if you need her. If that's okay. Let's see. So, all right. Get familiar here. So we've got. All right, so let me go to. I'm pretty sure I pulled in a job here already. Yeah, right here. This guy right here, Bakersfield. So this is 9,100 pounds. So that's a decent amount of cargo for our plane. So let's go to our plane. Go here, and we're gonna go to the Challenger. All right, what do we got here? Oh, what? Why the hell? Oh, okay. This is the Airbus, right? Okay, so I'm gonna load this guy up here and balance that out. And how much fuel do I have? 124. I need 159. I got room for fuel, so let's go to. Make sure we buy it from ourselves. Let's go 20%. Yeah, that's in the Airbus. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so that should, I mean, I could probably pull a little bit more, but, well, I might as well see if there's another job. So let's go to here, right? Nope. Yeah, queries. And then let's go to Meadowfield. So let's see what we got here. That's DAG. Nothing else going to PSP. This guy's going to DAG, but I can't fit that. Alright, so that's that for that. Alright, so we'll load her up with 20% fuel. That gives us 500 nautical miles. And everything else good to go here. Yep. So let's do confirm and go. So our destination is KPSP. And we need a co-pilot, so we're going to use Melissa. And yeah, we should be good to go. So we're loading up here. Take 3.6 minutes to load that up. And let's, while that's happening, I guess we don't really need this window right now. We'll have to go back to, oh, I know what I'm doing here. What am I doing here? Turn that off. I don't need that. All right, so we don't need this window here. This is the VR Aviation window. So we can kill that for now. And while this guy's loading up, we're all ready to go. Let's kill that window and get into X-Plane. All right, let's get our flight plan loaded up here. Oops. I love this plane. Love this plane. All right, first, I know what I need to do. Let me get CRJ next week. Ah, cool. Let me get the movie R in here. All right. And let me get my chat window in here so I don't have to keep flipping up my... Now, I didn't upgrade this. I have to... So it's still hard to read. All right. I'm hoping that when I upgrade it, it'll be easier to read, because right now it's kind of blurry. So a good place for that would be kind of like right there. All right. Let's get this up here, and we're going to get our route in. So route, I have all these predefined. So we're going... here we go, Bakersfield to PSP. That's the one we want. So let's just make sure. Yep, those are all our. So that's our. Hey Seth, thanks for joining. We're heading to Palm Springs, actually, from Bakersfield. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up our navigation. So we're going to go nav source. Oops, FMS. And we're going to go nav, and we said we're going to fly at 12,000. I'm just going to use vertical speed here, so we're going to go, we'll climb at 2,000, that's plenty. I could turn my APU off and all that stuff. And let's see, anything else I need here to do? I think we're good there. Flaps will be set to first position. And let me just get myself set up here. You see there in Aviation, we're getting 38 frames per second. Not that frames matter. As long as you're over 30, you're fine, generally, in a flight simulator. It's frame time that's important. I could see there's no stuttering. When you move your head like left and right like that, if you see stuttering, you know, that's where you're kind of gonna, you're really kind of gonna see it, you know. All right, so plane is ready to go. Navigation is loaded. We got everything set here. We just need to get on the road here once we get loaded up, and it seems that we are loaded up. So I'm going to go to flight page. Let me show you guys what we got here. I'm going to go to flight page. Date. Uh-oh. All right, so we got a problem here. I'm going to abort the flight. So what I have to do here is I have to go into the simulator. And I have to set the current date and time. This is one of the things that oh, crap. This is one of the things that bothers me about No, I got to go flight configuration. This is one of the things that bothers me about OnAir. All these little things you got to customize, track real world and time, done, apply changes. Okay. Now we should be okay. Let's go to here. And let's go to here. We're all ready to go. I gotta reload my pilot again, and I gotta go, okay. These are the kind of the things that bother me about OnAir. Pain in the ass. Okay, everything's set now. Now that we're synced up with the simulator. All right, we're gonna go start tracking. And
your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
So now we're going to go back to here. Now we're back in the plane. We're ready to go. Pilot's loaded, fuel loaded, plane set, nav set, ready to fly. All right, let's get in the air. Before we go, guys, if you're on Instagram, please do me a favor. Go to search Bambino Tech on Instagram. And just hit the follow button and follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to build up my Instagram because that's the way I kind of want to start to communicate with folks. It's a common way that, it's really an easiest way to do that. And I've got methods set up to do that. So go to Instagram, look for Bambino Tech, and hit the follow button. I really appreciate it if you would do that. All right. And I promise the next time I'll have Move VR updated. All right. Everything, let's go outside the plane here. Let's see. Rudder good, ailerons good, elevators good, brakes good. And we're ready to roll here, so let's fire up. Bring those engines up and release the brakes. Nice, smooth. Ever since I got the VR Wave inserts, it's so much clearer. I use 1.25 readers. It made a huge difference for me. And also I got the blue light filters. A little heavy getting off the air there. Oh, getting off the ground there. All right.
Airborne time logged.
Flaps up, wheels up. Super smooth. Now, by the way, I don't know if you guys know, but I used to use this before I had the new CPU. When I was a 4-core CPU guy, I used to use this little add-on that someone actually created on Xplane.org. Called Zap All Trees to get rid of all the trees. I've since removed that because now that I have an 8-core CPU, it really doesn't. The trees don't have as much as an effect. So that's all good now. Nice to have the trees generating. All right, so we're going to go autopilot here, and we'll start to climb at 2,000. Super smooth. Got some clouds in the air today. Hey, Conrad, how you doing? They're working okay. I mean, they still haven't. I haven't upgraded. I think didn't someone say that there's a point release that they did? And there's a beta release that came out. I think that has better Reverb 2 control. I haven't tried that yet. I don't think. I'm on 5.2, 11.5.2. It's still clunky. Like you can't pull up the menu and stuff, and. So the answer to your question is not really. Oh, you're saying the time thing? Okay, well, maybe OnAir needs to make a change to adapt to the simulator, you know what I mean? Whatever, it's cool. You get the way around it, you just set the time to actual time, which is fine. It's so smooth. This is definitely the smoothest VR experience for me. This particular plane, although I haven't really found a plane since I upgraded my CPU, I have not found a plane in X-Plane 11 that has an issue in VR. I mean, they're all this smooth. It is so realistic. That's why I'll always go back to flying X-Plane 11 in VR. You have to really dial things down in MFS 2020 to get a smooth experience. And here I've got everything dialed up, and I'm getting the smooth experience. Yes, I understand that the scenery is different. No question about that. But, once you're at 12,000 feet in the air, the scenery differences are really kind of like a moot point. So what you really want is you want smoothness, and that's what you get with X-Plane 11. So. Yes, sorry, you're the one that actually told me about that beta. I have not had a chance to check it out. But you're saying latest beta controllers work, but you've had some registration issues, huh? Okay, so they still have to work out some things. Let me ask you a question, Sar. So when you bring up this beta version, I guess it's 5.2 beta 1 or whatever, when you bring up the configuration in X-Plane, does it actually show the G2 controller, or does it still show the Windows Mixed Reality controller? And are you able to bring up the flower menu in VR and select stuff and all that? Like, is that all configured? That was my question about it. All right, we're at 318. We'll throttle back a little bit here. Beautiful morning here in California. You can use the menu. That's what I want. That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, sorry, you fly VR in both X-Plane 11 and MFS 2020, right? If that's the case, what's your thoughts on which one is better in VR? Am I nuts, or is X-Plane win that category? And I know you fly that PC-12 quite a bit in VR. One of my favorite planes. Although I wish Carinata would fix the VR binding or the VR configuration so you can select the autopilot in VR. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I mean, I fly FS 2020 sometimes in VR, but Ortho 4XP, I mean, I'm using 16 as the level of Ortho. Up here at, what are we? We're at 12,000. Up here at 12,000, damn, that looks good. And it's smooth as absolute silk.
Overspeed.
Overspeed. Oh, uh-oh. So we're going to throttle back here a little bit.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Wish I could disengage that. There's probably a way to do that.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
Hate that.
Overspeed.
Although it's good to know, but... All right. We're flying, baby. Everything looking good. Where did I buy my G2 from? I pre-ordered it directly from the HP website, which basically they sold it through their reseller connections. That's how I got it. Back in November? Well, I ordered it in August. I pre-ordered it in August, I think. And I got it in November. So, yeah. I mean, this is like... It's so... especially again, I know I keep saying it, and you know, thanks to VR Wave for giving me these inserts. They sent me these, and made them for me with 1.25 readers and blue light, and I appreciate that. But I got to tell you, it made a big difference. I didn't know if it was going to make a difference, and what I did was I actually, before I asked them to do that, I put like these small readers in the headset to see, and from that experience, it seemed like it would. So I asked them to do it. They were kind enough to do that. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference in VR. It definitely does. You had to fix the autopilot in PC12 from Carinado on your site. I'm still tweaking. Oh, so you're doing the VR config for that? If you're doing that, dude, if there's a way you can distribute that config file, that would be awesome, because that's the one thing I love the PC12, and it's fantastic in FS 2020, and I'd like to get one. Well, I guess it wouldn't be that great in OnAir because OnAir is more cargo, but the thing that bothers me about it is, and I had one time there was this guy that was doing VR Planes Lab or something like that, and he was doing these configs and it was working, and then it stopped working. So yeah, you're not going to be able to post a link there, dude, in the chat. So if you want to post it in my Discord, in the X-Plane 11 channel, put it there and we can check it there, okay? Yeah, this is but this plane here, the Challenger, I think it's $35, something like that. Dude, it's one of the best. It has consistently been the best plane in VR, in my humble opinion. All right, some beautiful clouds there. We're just below the cloud level there. And you could tell, look how smoothly those clouds are moving by. That just gives you an idea of the frame time that we're getting, and that's largely due to the CPU, because I'm using a 1080 Ti, and my graphic settings are pretty high. Anti-aliasing is at like the middle level. That's the one thing you got to watch anti-aliasing with X-Plane, because that does eat up a lot of GPU. But look how smooth that is. Beautiful. Yeah, the G2's going like hotcakes, man. Everybody wants a G2. I'm actually going to be doing, you probably saw the first video, a series on X-Plane performance with different planes with the G2, all right? All based on my system, but this will give people that are looking to buy a G2 a good sense for how each plane will function, you know? I already did the stock 172. That was the first one. And I'm probably going to do the Torque Sim SR22 next, and we'll do this plane. Although this plane's a layup because the frame times are so good. This plane is just an absolute layup. Yeah, I have, I'm not sure you want to know my opinion about Pimax. I never owned one. Okay. I would say just get a G2. It's a well-known company. It's a U.S.-based company. Leave it at that. So, by the way, I bought the VR cover facial insert for the G2. I bought it. I paid for it myself, $29. They didn't send it to me. I could have asked them. They probably would have, but I wanted an unbiased opinion. I'm going to do an unboxing, and I'm going to install it, and I'm going to do a field of view comparison, because this is up in the air about whether or not it improves the field of view from the original the facial insert. So, or I guess they call it a facial interface is what they call it, which is pretty strange. It's a piece of plastic, and they call it a facial interface. In any event, I bought it. I've got it right here in its box. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to do an unboxing, quick unboxing, and I'm going to do a review of the product. I'm sure it'll be comfortable because I've used VR cover inserts on my CV1, and that facial insert was great, and the pads that they use are fantastic. They Velcro in and out. It's a great improvement, so I'm sure that's going to be great. But I want to look at the field of view and try to do a comparison as best I can. Like what I'll probably do is, like right now in the G2 where I'm sitting right now, I can pretty much see the left windshield rail and the center windshield rail, like right there. They're just in the peripheral, on the edge of the peripheral vision. Okay, if I look forward, so that I'm going to try to keep it as scientific as I can to see if if it improves field of view. So look for that video soon. All right, so this is a quick flight. We got I guess we've got a number of what's the word I'm looking for? Waypoints to hit here. So we're going to be sneaking our way. Let's go outside and take a look here. Oops, that's the wrong one. I see from 12,000 feet, I think that looks actually better than Microsoft Flight Simulator. Look at the contrails. See the contrails? That's pretty cool. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Can you guys see that? You guys see those contrails? That's pretty cool. Put them way out the distance. I'm just zooming in and zooming out here. Get right in the engine wash. Yeah. All right, enough of those playing games. Smooth as silk. Smooth as silk. Anyway. All right, so. Beautiful. Oh, I know. There's one thing I wanted to talk about. So you've probably seen on social media this, all of these discussions about GPU availability, and, we're all affected by it, I'd like to upgrade to a 3070 or 3080, but you can't buy one right now. And gamers are blaming the miners, and miners are blaming the gamers, and this is person's fault, and NVIDIA is raising their So what people fail to forget, okay, is that there's a worldwide silicon shortage, right? Worldwide silicon shortage. Take care, Diesel. Talk to you later, and we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see you later. Right, and that's due to COVID. And there's a couple of reasons for that. You can go search on the internet. There was a really good article on Fast Company about the 3 reasons why. And it's mainly the COVID. It's COVID is the reason why, right? Because people are working from home. They're not working in factories. So everything was delayed. The other thing is that the priority for delivery of silicon, right? So GPU gaming is low priority. High priority are things like automakers, medical equipment, energy equipment. Everything pretty much that you use that has electricity that goes through it uses silicon, right? And there's a lot more important things in the world than GPUs for gaming and flight simulation, right? trucks, cars, trains, da 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 da. So if there's a shortage of silicon, those other manufacturing entities are going to get first dibs on silicon because of critical importance, right? Now, there is a factor of GPU miners using the same products that gamers and want to use, okay? But that's a small percentage, okay? So that's the availability. Now then there's a whole other thing called scalping, right? So here we're making a turn here. It's nice easy turn. I could probably put on half bank. It's probably a good idea. I like the half bank. Scalping. And scalping is the biggest issue that we have here, okay? Opportunists that buy at retail, find a way to buy at retail using bots or whatever means, okay, and sell it at 1, at 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times retail. I mean, I've seen 3060 Ti's on eBay sell for as much as $1,300. This is a card that lists for like $420. All right, that's like 3x manufacturer's suggested retail price. So that's an opportunistic scalper. And someone will say, "Oh, that's free market." And yeah, I buy that's free market. But here's the thing: you don't have to buy it. No one's forcing anyone to pay $1,300 for a scalped 36 Ti. I saw a 3090. 3090's $1,500, $1,600 MSRP. I sold one last week that sold on eBay for $3,300. Seriously? No one needs graphic power unless you're, first of all, no miner is going to, no smart miner that's looking for ROI is going to buy a 3090 for $3,300. So that has to be either a person who doesn't understand profitability or a gamer that has so much money they just want a 3090, right? Feeding into buying at scalper prices creates the scalper market. So if people refrain from doing that, guess what? The scalpers don't have anybody to sell to, all right? So that's part of the problem. The other part of the problem is companies like Newegg and Amazon, not Best Buy, okay, because Best Buy only sells at manufacturer retail price. And I think Micro Center is the same because you have to go there and buy it. They don't have online buying. But Newegg and Amazon, they have third-party sellers. Okay? They have that whole third-party seller engine, which means I could start a company and I could sell through the Newegg brand and be a provider. So that means that if Newegg doesn't have in the stock, they will send you to one of their third parties. So when you see the Newegg item, you have to look very closely, and it says sold by or available from, and it gives you the third-party vendor. Amazon, that's super common, right? So when you look at Amazon, you look at a product on Amazon, you look at who the seller is, and sometimes it's the name of the company. So like, let's say you wanted to buy, for example, a NVIDIA Founders Edition, okay? So NVIDIA may have a store on Amazon, direct store, okay, or one of their main distributors might have a direct store on Amazon, okay. But there's also hundreds of third-party sellers on thousands, tens of thousands of third-party sellers on Amazon. So you could be, when you see a card on Amazon that's marked up 2-3 times manufactured retail price, that's generally going to be from a third-party reseller, which is basically they're scalping. Okay, they're doing the same thing that's happening on eBay. All right, so this whole idea of the overpricing of GPUs, I don't know about you, but I'm steadfast against paying over MSRP for for a GPU. I'll stick with my 1080 Ti, okay, until I can buy a 3070 at retail. I'll suffer with lower resolution with a 1080 Ti until I can buy a 30X series card, okay, at retail. To me, the whole thing's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm Conrad. I am flying OnAir right now. I'm flying OnAir from Bakersfield to Palm Springs. What is it that you're going to try? Just curious. So that's sort of my rant on GPU availability. You know, live with what you got. My advice: take it or leave it. Live with what you got. Put your desire to have better frame rate or better frame time aside. Lower your resolution a little bit and live with what you got until you can buy a card at manufacturer's suggested retail price. It's going to take some time for the silicon market to get back, silicon supply to get back up to speed. Once that does, NVIDIA won't be in the hot seat, or won't be in the catbird seat, and same with AMD. Although AMD is, I think, handling this much better than NVIDIA. NVIDIA is doing things like they're nerfing GPUs to, to basically satisfy the gamers to think that they're helping them. It's completely ridiculous. Okay, NVIDIA doesn't care who buys their card. Okay, they really don't care who buys their card. They created this whole series of mining cards that are so poorly optimized that no miner in their right mind would ever buy them. Okay, their hash rates are so poorly optimized. Don't buy into the hype. That's what I tell you. Okay, what I tell you, my philosophy is buy at manufacturer suggested retail. Okay. Don't feed into the scalpers. Reduce the scalper market. And I know this isn't going to happen because, I've got, 15 people or 10 people watching the stream, okay? And maybe a couple of hundred people will hear what I'm saying. So this is not going to happen. But I hope that people understand that you're not doing any good by spending $3,300 for a 3090. It's completely ridiculous. You see the plane, but you can't see your pilot. You want to transfer funds, but I need to see your pilot to do it. So why are you going to transfer funds, dude? Isn't that cool scenery? Wow, that looks awesome. All right, so I know pretty sure that that's the valley that I'm going to go into here to make my right-hand turn. Like over that peak is where Palm Springs is. So I'm going to start to come down here in altitude. So let's go down to... see, I know this area so well, I don't even have to look at Sky Vector. All right, boom. We're going to go down at... we'll go down to 1,200 per minute. Slow up a little bit here. This is a nice, relaxing flight. Maybe we'll see if we could pick up a flight from PSP to one of our other hubs here. Conrad, you're awesome, man. I appreciate that. Why don't you send it to... that's really nice of you to do that, dude. Thank you. I'm wondering, it might be better if you send it to the VA rather than me. Or do you have to be Oh, you know what? I think we have to be partners for you to send money. If I remember correctly with the way OnAir works. But that's really nice of you, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, 320 would be nice to own. They're expensive. We don't have that kind of coin, But it'd be great to own one. I mean, you fly one, I guess, and Diesel fly one. I want to learn how to fly it. So if we had one, we could really rank up the money. All right, so we're going down here. Man, I probably should go down a little faster. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like in FS 2020, in this valley here, there's all like windmills for wind energy, which is pretty cool. But I could tell you the mountains. I'm sorry, but Ortho 4XP mountains at 16 level, which is what I use, is much better in X-Plane 11 than it is in FS 2020. My humble opinion. I just think they look much more realistic. We're going to make a slight left turn here. Airport down there. Don't know what it is. One thing I love about this plane is this plane is decked out. Check this out here. I'm going to go back here in the cabin. Look at the wood grain, the service area. Look at the marble counter. Look at that. Ooh, look at that nice leather seat. And we're gonna get down here. We're gonna sit right in this seat right here. And while we're sitting here, we can look out the window. How cool is that? I love it. Just sit back here on a long flight, hang out, maybe watch a little television. You know, while the computer's flying the plane. This is awesome. Look at this. This is awesome. This is awesome. All right, back in the pilot seat. Okay, Conrad, that's cool. I appreciate it. I really do. You bought a King Air. Okay, that's cool. Well, appreciate you flying for the VA. That's great. We need to earn some money. I personally haven't what's the word I'm looking for? I haven't spent as much time as I've been able, would have liked to. I just haven't had the time. I'm looking for a job and stuff, which is kind of like priority. But got a couple other things going. Maybe trying to start a business. We'll see. But a lot of things going on. All right, there's my airport. Got eyes on it. Could tell you for sure that with a CV1, I would never be able to see that in VR. With a G2, easily seen. Can make it out. Pardon me. Need a sip of coffee. Runway clear as day from 8 miles out. Clear as day. All right, I'm going to go and I'll take autopilot off here. And let's get our...
Overspeed.
Oh, I just fit the flaps, so I'm trying to slow down here.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
I should have slowed down a little sooner.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
You're going to have to listen to that until the plane slows down to about 175, which will be there quick.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
This plane likes to land at about 140, 135-ish.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
One thing nice about Palm Springs is you got to have a lot of runway. Look how smooth this is. Look how smooth this experience is. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I mean, it's really hard to tell from the 2D mirroring that you're seeing, but it is absolutely wide and smooth. So smooth. All right, we got eyes on the threshold there. There we go. Coming down to 150. There's 140. All right, we're in good shape.
Landing time logged.
One thing I will tell you about this plane is you gotta watch the, you have to watch the turning, because the wheels are, sometimes you get a little center of gravity that it doesn't have a low center of gravity. Like sometimes if you go a little fast, you might scrape the wing or something. All right, so let's get on the center line of this taxiway, which we're good there. And we hit our parking brake. And with this plane, you got to shut the engines off, or we should say with OnAir, you got to shut the engines off. I wait till OnAir so it gives me the indication.
Engine off time logged.
Okay.
Flight is finished.
Then we turn them back on. We turn the APU on. Start up the APU. Where's the APU? APU started. And we can start the engines. And let that idle, because we're going to do one more flight here. All right, engines are starting up again. Now we'll go check out how we're doing with OnAir. All right, let's see here. Let's go to desktop window and go to here. We're okay. Let's see, we completed our mission. Let's see, reputation change, 0.13. Okay. Plane's unloading. All right, it's going to take a little bit of time for the plane to unload. So let's see if we can find a job for PSP. I don't think we have anything on the books at PSP. Nope. So let's go to we have to go to manage VR, because we want to grab a flight for the VR. Sorry, the VA, I should say. While we're looking at that, we can go over here, and we can go at dashboard, and we could quickly see income, and we could see that we made, we just got paid $16K for doing that flight. All right, so 16, or probably about 15 went to the VA. So we can actually go here. There we go. 16.3 we paid out. The rest we get to keep, minus all these dopey fees. There's a million fee. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Why are we charged that? See, this happens a lot. You get overcharged for parking. And I got to send that in to... You always have to be careful and look through and make sure you weren't overcharged for parking. See right here. I mean, not that it's a lot of money, but, you know, a couple grand. All right, so let's go to jobs. We're at PSP, so let's do a query here. We'll go to Palm Springs. All right, we got a few jobs here. We can go to KLAS. That's a lot of cargo. Let's see that one. This one would fit. Where's this taking us? KLAS. I think we take this one. 37.9. Go to Las Vegas? Why not? Where's this one going? That's going to KLAS too, but this is a little bit more weight to it. and more value. So let's take it. Thank you, Conrad. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Much appreciated. Every little bit helps. Thank you. All right, so we just grabbed that job, and I guess we don't need this anymore. So let's go to here, and we're gonna go to see if this guy's still working on. All right, so this is one of the problems you have with OnAir, right? So it's finished the offload, okay, but if you go here. Oh, okay. It used to be that you couldn't load anything up, so I'm going to go here again. All right, now there's my cargo. So this is going to KLAS. We're going to grab that. We got 280 in fuel, so let's auto balance that. We got some room here, so let's make sure don't buy from Nova, buy from VRA. All right, let's buy some more our own gas. We got a little room here, so let's put 20% in there. All right, so we're going to KLAS, right? So let's see, confirm. We need a co-pilot. We're going to KLAS. Oops. And we're going to need the co-pilot, and that's going to be all well and good. Now let's see if we've got I got to see if I have a flight plan. PSP to KLAS. These are all my flight plans for X-Plane. I don't see PSP to KLAS, so we're going to have to create one. Nope. Alright, so we'll have to create one. Alright, so let's close this first. Well, let's close this desktop. We're going to go to the Chrome window. And SkyVector. Clear this out. Let's go PSP to K McCarran. Oops. All right, so that's the straight flight. Let's see what we got here. We got to go over these mountains. We're gonna want to come in. I mean, we could go straight without any. This is what, 64. So we could actually just go straight flight right in, huh? Fly at 12,000. I mean, actually we could fly at 10,000, but we really don't have any major obstacles here. And this is going to bring us probably right into the runway. Maybe a little off. I mean, we could probably go like this, probably here, and pick up one of these. I know that's 8 miles out. Let's do 10 miles out. That's 13. That's 12. Keysby, that's 10. Let's go with that. I think that's a good one. And that at least that should line us up. Although we could come into from the right, but I think this is probably a better way to come in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. FBL will save, download that, and once that's downloaded, then I have this little. We can throw this away here. So. I'm going to show you what I do here. So let's go to that, go to that, and we're going to go to my little FPS, and we're going to go downloads, and we're going to go that, and now that's loaded in, and then we just go here, we say, I'm going to just call it flight plan. Oh, actually, no, this is one we're going to probably use again. So we'll go PSP to KLAS, because we'll use this again sometime. I'll just say OK. That's going to put it on my desktop, and then I drop it in this little file here. Oh, I already had one. Damn it. I didn't see it. Where is it? Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. Alright, that's the one we're going to use. Okay, well, whatever. Alright, let's go to... Let's get out of this guy. And we're going to go into here, and let's get our... Oops. Let's see here. let's get our index route, CO route, and then we're gonna next page. We find PSP. Oop, I go back. PSP to KLAS. That's the guy right there. That's the guy. Let's just make sure. Yep, beautiful. All right, that's loaded in. Cargo's ready to go, so I'm just gonna go flight tracker, and we'll start tracking. Should hear the voice here in a second.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engine.
Alright, so now we're just going to make sure our flight plan, we're set there. Let's just see, we got to go nav sources FMS. We're going to go nav. And we'll fly at the same 12,000. What the heck? Vertical speed, we'll go 2,000 feet per minute. And we can turn the APUs off. And we should be ready to go. Alright, let's get there. Let's get her in the air here. So brakes are off. Let's taxi here. So smooth. One of my favorite airports to fly into. Really, I love the way it's... I think I have an add-on. This is an add-on that I found on xplane.org. If I remember correctly. Did so many scenery upgrades in X-Plane 11. It's kind of hard to remember them all, you know. Alright, follow that little yellow line. Got the flashing lights there, but we're going to assume we got clearance to go. Taking off from 3-1 left. Let's get our flaps configured properly. Let's get our elevator trim configured properly. It's too hot. It's at 8 degrees. It's a little much. We'll be down to 6.3. All right, we're good to go here. Stop. Double check everything. Nav is ready to go. We got fuel. Cargo on board. Passengers have their seatbelts on. And we've got a ghost over there in the right seat, but that's okay. You're on your way to KLAS from one of my favorite airports, French Valley, in a few minutes. Awesome. Fly safe, Conrad. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get her into motion here. V1, V2, and rotate. Airspeed is alive. Gear up. Flaps up.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Hit that autopilot, and we're going to be making our right turn out of the area here. Let's watch our speedometer, or our airspeed indicator. Did I just call it a speedometer? Airspeed indicator. Start to throttle back a little bit. We could actually go up faster, which I'm going to do. Pick it up to 3,100 feet per minute. God, I love this plane. I wish I could remember the subscriber. One of my subscribers, I can't remember his name. He's the one that helped me understand how to fly this plane. He really helped me out a lot. I was on a stream. It was like one of the first. It was a couple of years ago. One of the first times flying it. I was struggling landing it. He gave me all the pointers and tips, and really helped me with it. So can't remember your name, dude. I'm sorry, but you're there in spirit. All right, making our way up to 12,000 feet. Appreciate you guys joining today. Hey, if you haven't hit that like button, please do. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate that. Generally, my content is going to be flight simulation VR stuff around the G2, as well as general PC tech tips and stuff like that. And then it's also starting to weave in some content around cryptocurrency mining, which is something that I've been getting into. Pretty interesting. I started by just using the GPU that I have part-time when I'm not flying to mine with, and have generated a decent amount of Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies. And now I'm actually going to be building a rig. I actually got all my parts for building a mining rig, and as I'm able to buy GPUs at manufactured retailer's price, I'm going to be populating this mining rig with 6 GPUs to mine cryptocurrency, different cryptocurrencies. So it's pretty interesting, satisfies my technical itch, and a lot to learn, which I've learned a lot over the last couple months about it, and it's pretty cool. So if you're interested in that, check out some of the videos. It's really meant for folks that are first getting into it. There are a lot of great YouTubers that, if you're interested, you can learn from, that focus on the mining hardware stuff. Red Panda Mining, Son of Tech, Bits Be Trippin' are the 3 that I would recommend. Hash Raptor I think his name is Hash Raptor. He's another one that I would recommend. Those 4. You got to be careful in the cryptocurrency space as far as YouTube content. There's a lot of
Overspeed.
clickbaiters, if you will. They're Bitcoin is going to be 100,000 per coin, and get in on it and get rich quick, and da da da.
Overspeed.
Yeah, don't pay attention to any of that noise.
Overspeed.
And we're gonna throttle back here because we hit our elevation here.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Bring it down to 55, 56. 57, probably good. Yeah, don't pay attention to any of that noise. There's a lot of people that they want to sell you this or sell you that, or sell you their way to trade Bitcoin, or have you sign up in their affiliate link for Bitcoin, and da 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 da. There's a lot to learn about it, and we're in a situation with cryptocurrency where most people don't know anything about it, and the few people that do are some of them are trying to take advantage. It happens pretty much in everything. The beginning of the internet, it happened, right? It's happening now with this. But this is something, cryptocurrency, like it or not, is something that I would highly recommend becoming at least a over high level knowledge of, because it's going to creep its way into our lifestyles and it's already doing it. So the more you know about blockchain, especially if you're in business and if you're in the tech business or even the financial business or trading businesses or B2B companies, contracts, you want to understand what blockchain is. And because under blockchain is the cryptocurrencies. Those are basically the way that the vessels that are used to exchange value between one party and any other. And there's a lot more to it. That's really high level, right? So, but it makes a lot of sense, especially if you're, for you to have an understanding of it, because it's going, like I said, I firmly believe over the next 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to see the idea of blockchain and cryptocurrency really creep more and more into the lexicon and our way of living, if you will. So, anyway, that's why I've gotten into it. Gee, I wish I got into it when my son told me about it about 10 years ago, when he told me about his friend who bought 50 Bitcoin for like $50 a coin, and now Bitcoin is $47,000 a coin. The kid had sold some off to buy a car here and there or whatever, but he still has some coins. And I think he has like 10 or 12 coins left. So he's a 24-year-old kid, my son's friend, and he's got, himself a nice little chunk of change there. So now Bitcoin is the first one. That's the leader. That's the first mover. But there's others that are important too that have improved on what Bitcoin was all about and have been branched out into other areas of business. That it's vast, and it's something that, again, I highly recommend. It makes sense becoming familiar with. So anyway, that's all I'll say about that. But you're interested in mining it with your GPU or learning a little bit more about it, just look at some of the videos that I've got on. Some interesting stuff. All right, so we got 16 minutes to our waypoint, probably about 20 minutes to PSP, or I should say we're going to KLAS. Bill, good morning. Happy Saturday to you. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Good seeing you. Why do people need a GPU to mine? I don't understand the graphics processing need versus CPU processing. Okay, so let me explain that. So, what you're doing when you're mining is you're solving blockchain algorithm. You're using an algorithm to solve the blockchain cryptology, if you will. There's a calculation that has to be solved, and it's a massive calculation. Okay, and what's happened is it's done by multiple devices in the network. So like in Ethereum, for example, there's a Ethereum mining pools. So let's say me and Bill and Conrad and Diesel and 2,000 other people have their GPUs all pointed towards a particular mining pool that's mining Ethereum, right? So what happens is that mining pool gets a block to solve. And to solve that block, I think you get 2 Ethereum as reward, right? And Ethereum is $1,500 a coin right now. So when you solve that, the calculation for that block, which certifies the block, the mining pool gets rewarded to Ethereum, and those 2 Ethereum get split up between all the 2,000 people that are mining in that pool. Okay, so that's the first thing. The reason why you need a GPU versus a CPU is that the algorithm, it was found that the way that GPUs are designed, the silicon, the GPU itself, so the processor inside, you got to remember, a graphics card is like a little computer, right? It's a computer within your PC, right? It's got its own CPU. They call it a GPU, but it's got a CPU. It's got memory, okay? So it processes, right? It's its own little computer. That silicon and that the GPU design lends itself better to running the algorithms that solve the problems for the blockchain. Okay, that's why now there's some algorithms that are more CPU centric. Okay, that you can actually solve with a CPU. They're few and far between. Most of the algorithms, like Ethereum, the popular algorithms, are GPU based algorithms. Okay. Hey Jean, how you doing? Good to see you. So you made a rig with 6 AMD GPUs on Ethereum 5 years ago, and you broke it. Well, that's too bad. Did you mine a lot of Ethereum? And by the way, Bill, there's articles on the different algorithms and why a GPU over a CPU. You made $300 in 3 or 4 months. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is like, and when you were mining 4 or 5 years ago, Ethereum was probably like $10 a coin. So today it's $1,500 a coin. My philosophy is that I'm mining other cryptocurrencies like Ravencoin, Zill, and A Eternity, and a few others, okay, that are very low priced. They're like in the 13, 14, 15 cents. I'm also mining Ethereum, but I'm mining some of the less difficulty lending cryptocurrencies that I like the systems behind, because my hope is that I accumulate, hold, and then in 3, 4, 5 years they become more valuable. The price of those coins go up. Hey Bill, thanks man. Thank you for the super chat there, $5, Bill. Appreciate that. Always appreciated. But just so you know, you don't have to donate to get it answered. It's no problem. I'm certainly happy to answer your questions for you, but I do appreciate it. Thanks, man. Oh, you needed instant gratification. Yeah. Yeah, so what I try to tell people is that, in my personal opinion, crypto...
Of course.
Oh.
It's impossible. They're on instruments.
Bill Roberts dropped $5 in super chat. Thanks. Thanks for the explanation.
All right, Bill, I appreciate it again. Thank you very much, dude. Bill, you're very generous to the stream, and I appreciate that. I try to tell people that cryptocurrency is a long game. Mining cryptocurrency is a long game. Right now, we're in somewhat of a bull market, although it's tailing down. Everyone wants to mine. Everybody wants to put their GPU to, and I got caught up in that in November too. Okay, I had started mining a couple of years ago, part-time with my 1080 Ti. I lost interest because it wasn't very profitable. I wish I hadn't, because Ethereum was like $7 or something ridiculous thing. And, I could have accumulated a lot of it, but didn't, and what can you do? It's a long game. I personally am looking at it as a long game. Some people don't. Some people want to mine and sell, and that's fine. I don't buy into that. I buy into the long game and holding. Now, when do you sell? I don't know, But what if I accumulate 2,000 Ravencoin, and Ravencoin, which is like around 14 cents a share, a coin right now. I accumulate, let's say, 2,000 Ravencoin, hold it, and then all of a sudden, because Ethereum, they're talking about reducing the rewards for mining, so then all of a sudden Ravencoin starts to become more popular, And Ravencoin is really tied to Bitcoin in a lot of ways. It's like a better Bitcoin, if you will, in some ways. It gains popularity, which it is already, and all of a sudden now, 3 years from now, Ravencoin is $500 a coin. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm saying maybe it could happen. And if I'm sitting there with, 2,000 coins at $500 a coin, do the math. That's a completely ridiculous example that could never happen, but I'm taking a gamble. I'm putting my hardware to use to take a gamble. Rather than put my actual dollars to buy the currency, I'm using hardware to do that. And part of it's the hobby thing, interested in doing the accomplishment of building a rig, that kind of thing too. So there's a little of that in there, but in any event, that's what I'm thinking about it. But so you're going to start to see more and more cryptocurrency content on my channel. But again, majority of my channel is going to be VR and flight sim because that's what I'm really into on here, and PC tech stuff. So exactly, people say this, people say that, people say Bitcoin this. Here's two differing opinions. Last week, Bill Gates came out against Bitcoin, saying it used too much energy. Talk about it in a second. And Mark Cuban came out and said he was wrong, Bitcoin's going to be huge. Okay, so first of all, in my humble opinion, both of them are, what's a kind way of putting it? I can't think of a kind way of putting it, so I'm not going to use the word I would call them, but it starts with a D and it ends with a oosh. Okay? Anyway, so both of them are, let's talk about Bill Gates. So Bill Gates, he's one of the richest men in the world, and what's his best interest? Well, his best interest is to keep the value of the dollar up. Why? Because he has more of them than most people in the world. Okay? So if Bitcoin becomes more popular than the dollar, guess who loses? Bill Gates. So why would Bill Gates prop up a currency, right, that competes against what he holds the most of? All right? There you go, number one. So that's why Bill Gates is whining about Bitcoin and the energy it uses. And by the way, let's not forget that Bill Gates made his billions of dollars, okay, by selling an operating system, which, by the way, he stole, okay, pretty much. Selling an operating system that runs on devices that use electricity, more electricity probably than anything, all the millions of computers around the world that run his operating system. He makes his money off electricity too. So what a hypocrite, right? Mark Cuban, I have my issues with Mark Cuban. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. But maybe he's come around and realized that Bitcoin has and cryptocurrencies have a future, and maybe before he said that, he probably bought some of it. Okay? So you got to remember, when these people that hold a lot of money say something, it's generally because they have some interest in it, in what they're saying. Okay, they're not just saying it because for the good of you. They're saying it, they want you to think that it's for the good of you, which, by the way, I should probably start to descend into the area here, because we got 26 miles. Oops, wrong way. They want to think that, oh, Bill Gates is telling you his opinion about Bitcoin so that you won't invest in it. That's why he's doing it. Because he wants to save you all the aggravation of investing in Bitcoin because you're going to lose your money. You think Bill Gates cares about you? Bill Gates wants you to lose your money, because if you lose your money, he gains more of it. See, It's the trick of the rich to keep the poor without money. Caring about the poor is the trick of the rich to keep, and when I say poor, I mean people that have less money than them, right? The super rich, the elite rich, the billionaire rich. Not all of them, a lot of them. There's some decent ones, okay? But people like Bill Gates, it's a trick they use to separate you from your money so that they can put your money in their pocket. That's how they got rich. They, it's like John Kerry, complaining about global warming and flying around on a business jet with him and 2 other people, burning enough fuel to carry, 15 people in a truck, right? It's the same kind of thing, hypocrisy, right? So Bill Gates doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about you. He wants to think he cares about you, but he doesn't. Especially most of his life while he was reaping up the licensing money from Windows, okay, and stealing technology from other companies to make his company bigger, okay. You think Excel was invented by Microsoft? No, there's this thing called Lotus 123 that was a predecessor of Excel. Lotus 123 invented the spreadsheet, not Microsoft. Okay? No one remembers Lotus 123, or very few of us remember Lotus 123. But people think that Excel created the spreadsheet. No. Lotus 123 created the spreadsheet. Actually, before Lotus 123, there was a thing called VisiCalc. So let me correct myself. VisiCalc was before Lotus 123, so they actually created the spreadsheet. VisiCalc ran on an Apple II, and I know this because I worked at an Apple dealer at the time, and we used to sell Apple IIs only so that accountants and lawyers and business people could use VisiCalc. So, Lotus 123 perfected it, made it much better, okay? So we'll give them that. But Excel is just basically a copy of VisiCalc and Lotus 123. In any event, I don't know how I got on that tangent, but... Oh, Bill Gates. Bill Gates doesn't care about you. It's just like... People say, oh, NVIDIA this, NVIDIA that. NVIDIA cares about the gamers because they're nerfing the 3060 so that miners can't use it to mine Ethereum. Well, guess what? Miners can use it to mine Ravencoin and AE and ZIL and hundreds of other cryptocurrencies. Okay? There's more to life than Ethereum. Okay? Believe me, NVIDIA doesn't care who buys their cards. They don't care who buys their cards. They want gamers to think they care because that's all marketing goodwill stuff. But NVIDIA doesn't care who buys their cards. Okay? If someone who is worth $1 billion, okay, has $500, and someone who's has their last $500 has $500, and they walk... And they go on to Best Buy and they find a 3060 Ti for $425. Why am I overspeeding here? NVIDIA doesn't care if the billionaire buys it or the person with his last $500 buys it. They don't care. They could care less. All they care about is 2 things. They care about 2 things. The CEO of NVIDIA cares about 2 things: quarterly earnings and the stock price. That's all they care about. I mean, there's a lot of things below that they care about that create that make those things happen. But all they care about is quarterly earnings and the stock price.
Overspeed.
And I care about slowing this plane down so I don't crash it.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
So don't think for a
Overspeed.
second that,
Overspeed.
yeah, I know these,
Overspeed.
everyone's, I'm going to get comments,
Overspeed.
oh, you weren't flying
Overspeed.
properly, you were flying
Overspeed.
too fast below 10,000
Overspeed.
feet. Okay,
Overspeed.
that's because I'm
Overspeed.
talking.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
NVIDIA doesn't care who buys their
Overspeed.
cards. Just remember that,
Overspeed.
okay?
Overspeed.
They're going to make you think, oh, we're nerfing the 3060
Overspeed.
for miners so that gamers can
Overspeed.
buy it. Bullshit.
Overspeed.
It's sold out in seconds because bots bought it up, scalpers bought it up so they could sell them on eBay, and miners bought them up so they can mine Raven Coin and other algorithms with it.
Overspeed.
Okay?
Overspeed.
They don't care who buys the card.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
All right, please
Overspeed.
stop with the overspeed.
Overspeed.
I got to slow down big
Overspeed.
time here.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
I'm going to put this real simple. The analogy to me is, it's like if you go into the grocery store, okay? The guy who owns the grocery store or the gal who owns the grocery store, the person who owns the grocery store, they don't care who buys the tomato. All they care about is if the tomato gets sold before it goes rotten. That's what they care about. They're business people. Anyway. Hope I put my wheels down.
Landing time
Ooh, that was a
logged.
bounce. That was a certified bounce. I'm gonna get dinged on air for that. I normally never do that. I was yapping here, and sorry about that terrible landing there. All right, let's get over here. So that's enough for my rant about GPUs and Bill Gates and Mark Cuban. Just my humble opinion. I hope hope this video doesn't get flagged. You got to be careful with. Well, this airport looks awesome. I got to tell you, this airport looks much nicer. Las Vegas in X-Plane compared to Las Vegas area in FS 2020, X-Plane's the winner. Sorry, X-Plane's the winner. Nice hangar, cool building. All right, we made it here safely. We're going to shut the plane down after this. So let's go find a place to park it. I guess we can... These are all cargo areas, but that's all right. I'm just going to go over here. Screw it. We'll park right on that nice piece of concrete right there. Because we want everyone to see our beautiful plane. Oh, there's Mandalay Bay right here. Boom. Boom. Right there. Boom. All right. Parking brake on. Power off.
Engine off time logged. Flight is finished. It has been
All right, flight
monitored
is
by
finished.
OnAir.
If it was you selling GPUs, you'd... Let's see. Let me go back here. So, I'm back. Yeah, you came back in the middle of a rant. Bill Gates is in the comments, so I assume we're ranting about Microsoft. Yes. If it was me selling GPUs, let's see. You make everyone reserve one and have their credit card number act like an ID number and limit one per card. So everyone, yeah, I can get, yeah, the lottery system. I think Newegg did a lottery system. They try to do a lottery system. I agree with that. I think that makes sense. Are you the only one that thinks that photogrammetry has been nerfed throughout the months? Maybe. Perhaps. Perhaps. Maybe they did that to improve performance, Jean, maybe. It's not inconceivable, you know. Yeah, agree, Cracker. Ranting and landing are not a very good mixture. All right, let's go to let's go to, let's see, desktop here. All right, cool. So we're unloading our Challenger here. It's going to take 2.6 minutes, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the coin that we made. All right, so we made 18. Oh, is that right? Oh, there's Conrad's 10 grand. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You're awesome. We made 18.9 there on that. So let's go to the VR management there. Thank you. I'll make sure that 10 grand gets into the VR aviation. In fact, I'll do that right now. Because you wouldn't want me to embezzle that money. Even though I have $900,000, I wouldn't want to embezzle that. All right, so let's see how we did here. Income. Let's go to income. Oh, wait, that's not. Let's go to here. All right, so we took in 37.9. We paid out 18 minus the fees and stuff, so pretty nice. Pretty nice. So now what I want to do is I want to transport while I'm here. The first thing I'm going to do, because I'm not going to fly anymore. Let's see, where is the... Let's look at the airplanes. I think I want to get... yeah, so I want to transfer... I'm going to transfer, just so Diesel's happy, I'm going to transfer the employee back to Bakersfield. All right, because I'm not going to be flying anymore. So let's go here, employees, manage, and transport, and then we'll go back to KBFL. Okay? Here we go. So I'll get your person back to BFL. There you go. Take an hour and 16 minutes. All right, that's done. And let's see. I'm going to go to the R operations, and I'm going to increase the equity by 10,000, and that'll bring 10,000 in. Oh wait, I can only do it 550K. That's okay. We'll just do accept 50K. All right, so that way we know the 10,000 just got in there. Boom. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's go back to properties. Oh no. Let's go to the dashboard here. All right, so we're good to go. Made a little over 35K for the group. And all in all, it was a pretty good flight. Appreciate you guys watching today. That's going to do it for me. I've got some stuff I got to do today. I'm going to start working on my mining rig today, I think. My son and I are going to build that together. Should be kind of a fun thing to do. Let me get this out of here. Hold on. So, again, I appreciate you guys checking out the stream today. Thanks for hitting that like button. Bill, thank you so much for the super chat donation. I appreciate that. And guys, listen, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. And we'll be back next Saturday with another stream. Guys, have a great, great day. Take care, guys.